I really like goal setting, if you haven't noticed yet. And in the beginning of the year, I shared my goals for this year. I will put it in the cards and in the description box. And I had planned to use the POWERSHEETS goals planner for that. This is the baby, but it didn't work out. Yeah, it's just not the way I want to do goals, I guess. Core of the POWERSHEETS is a tending list with like daily, weekly and monthly habits, action steps, something like that. And I realized that I had to rather work from week to week, and I really enjoyed the concept of the 12-week year. And I felt like I needed more flexibility to see maybe adding a new habit in that week and see how it goes, and maybe also taking away again if I see that is not the one I want to work on, or actually just increasing or decreasing. Often it's a decreasing because I aim too high, so I have to lower the habit amount I want to do, for example, per week or day. And I just didn't feel that this was flexible enough. But the cool thing is Melina's girlfriend, she has the POWERSHEETS 12-week planner, or I don't remember how it's called, 90-day planner, something like that. And she really likes it. So she will actually get my rest of the year, because like I haven't used it since March, so she can just use the rest of it. So it's still getting used. I'm a bit sad that it doesn't work out, but at the same time also kind of like happy I found something that works for me. So yeah, it's better this way. So we're gonna part with the POWERSHEETS, but the goals that I set this year are still active. So I thought we're just gonna take a look all the goals I had and see how far I've come since I started them. So since I'm not using the POWERSHEETS anymore, I still had to find a new place. So first I needed a place where I have all my goals for this year. And then I also had to have a place for my 12-week years that I want to do. For the first part, I use now Trello. I actually started that when I also got the POWERSHEETS. As you can see here, I really like to have visual pictures in it, and kind of also seeing how I'm doing like progress wise. And then in addition, I have this 12-week year goals planner by Erin Condren. It has 6 goals, so I'm gonna use one goal for one 12-week year. So if it's working out, I can use that for 1.5 years actually. So that would be really cool. But let's get into the goals. My first goal was to read 24 books, and I've already read 13. So I definitely can say I'm on track with that one. I have to say I'm not working a lot with it. It's just kind of like a goal that goes by itself, because I love reading. I kind of have to pace myself on reading not too many self-help books. So I definitely, the next 11 books that I have to read, I want to read a bit more fiction. That's the only thing, but we're more than halfway through. Good job. Second goal was to work through 12 topics on the personal development school. And I just do that very regularly, actually usually always on Wednesday. I get to do like 1 to 2 courses or webinars per month. I get to do that. It's nothing that I do every day, but it has a really nice slow progress, and I love the topics that I have worked through. So far I did core wounds, I did belief and emotional mastery, and I did inner child work. All of them were really helpful, really insightful. I think one for inner child work was parenting style. That was really interesting. See how different parenting styles will end up with children doing this and that. And yeah, that was a really good one. And I just would say I'm totally on track with that. I even have to say, because at the moment in my 12-week year, I have that in my habit tracker saying I have to do personal development school once a week. I think it's now such a habit for me. I will do it anyway. So I think this is something that will leave the habit tracker for the next 12 weeks. The third goal I had was to move my body for 300 minutes a week, and actually including that at 2 workouts with strength training. And here I can see I increased the number of movement from 137 to 206 minutes per week. So that's an amazing progress, and I think I can just continue with that, and then probably at the end of the year I will actually work out 300 minutes. I'm guessing now in the summertime it will be actually easier to increase it even more than I did now, because I love to go hiking and spend time outside and maybe walking to work, and I mean, you're also traveling and you see new places there, so I'm guessing it's gonna be easier. I also want to play more volleyball, and I also love frisbee golf, so all of these things you can do again now in spring and summertime. So I don't think I will have it as a goal in my habit tracker for the 12-week year, the next one, because I just do enough. I obviously track how many minutes I've done, but I don't do that in the habit tracker anymore, probably because this goes really well. I don't think I have to track the habit itself anymore, because it has become a habit. Yay! My fourth goal was to eat 5 portions of fruit and veggies and 2 portions of fish and legumes every week. And I would say that I'm now eating around 4.3 portions of fruit and veggies. So I have increased that from 3 to 4.3 in 3 months. I think that's amazing progress. I also eat already, like not every week I eat legumes and fish, but I would say every second week I definitely do. And then I eat more portions of them and not just one. So maybe I'm already there where I eat like 1 portion of fish and legumes every week. So I guess that's gonna be the focus for the next 12-week year, that I focus on eating more fish or legumes. Maybe I'll start with legumes because that also increases the fruit and veggie intake. Yeah, maybe that. And then do the fish one. We'll see, but really happy with that progress there. My 5th goal was to go to therapy once a week, and also practicing to regulate my nervous system. And therapy works really well. I do it every week. I'm just gonna continue with that, and I think I've gotten better with like regulating my nervous system. My habit tracker says that I have an overall rate of 76% on doing my legs up the wall, my most loved emotion regulation exercise. And I don't know what I can aim for. I don't know if I can aim for 100%, but like 80%, 85% would be amazing. And yeah, so I think with that goal we're also really on track. My 6th goal was to make 4 new friends here in Oslo, and I have met quite a lot of new people, and I think it's now just like kind of like going into the stabilization phase where I just continue meeting them and doing things with them, and we will go on a cabin trip, and there's so many things coming up in the next months, so I think that will just strengthen, and also finding out, are we gonna become friends, or if this is something like gonna fizzle out. But I'm really positive. I think that's gonna be a very social spring and summer, and then I have to just take that with me into the winter when it's getting cold and uncomfortable. My 7th goal was to keep my house declutter free, and to tidy up and clean it on a regular basis. And first when I did the check-in, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't do anything there. But it wasn't true. I decluttered the cellar. I had to declutter all of my entrance. And I also I do my weekly blessing, and it's kind of like a fly lady thing that you tidy up or clean for like 5 or 10 minutes for every room. So you're gonna do it really fast in like a half hour or so. And that I do on a regular basis. I also see my kitchen is really tidy and clean most of the time now. It's rarely that it's super chaotic and things all over the place. So I see I actually have a lot of progress there. I think in Q2 I could focus on decluttering maybe 1 or 2 more rooms. I think I want to do the bathroom and then 1 more extra room, and I don't know which one I'm gonna do, but that's kind of like what I'm gonna aim for. Not sure what I'm gonna do for like mini habits for the 12-week year. We'll see. And then there's one goal that I had, and I was to implement the cash envelope system, and I have kind of like pushed that back. I feel like I have enough to do with the other goals, but it's also like it's okay at the moment how it is. I'm not sure if I still want to do it. I might want to do something with finance, but I decided now to push that back to quarter 3, and then yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do with that. For quarter 2, I decided on 3 new goals I want to kind of do probably for quarter 2 and 3. One of them is to become a mindful eater. I think that was a goal that I always had from the beginning on. I just didn't verbalize it that way. And the original goal is to stop overeating, which I'm working really hard on. But I could see that is a really difficult goal to like accomplish if you think about like SMART goals. And so I decided to switch it and say I want to become a mindful eater, and in addition like to have like a more specific measurable way to see that is to say I want to overeat less than 2 times a month, and I also want to dismiss 100 urges when I have like food cravings where I want to eat when I'm actually not hungry and actually need to soothe myself in a different way. And I think that's kind of a good measurable goal. And I think for the next 12-week year, I will work on continuing to eat at the table, because that's still not a habit that is very ingrained. I mean, I have like a few weeks left for my first 12-week year, but that is something I will just have to continue for quite a long time, I'm guessing. Then I have a really lofty goal of wanting to spend 80% of my month in nature, and I mean like of the days in the month. So I really would like to go at least for a walk, or just spending some time outside playing volleyball or frisbee golf, or going hiking, and yeah, doing something more outside, going camping. I read a book called Psykolog med sovepose, which means psychologist with the sleeping bag, and she really inspired me. I wanted to spend more time outside. I remember as a child I loved camping and spending time in the forest, and I mean, I'm living so close and Norway has so much nature. I really want to use that more, and I definitely want to go and start that. And I have several friends who said they would like to join me. So my plan is to start with like asking Renate and Anders. They have hammocks, so I could ask them if I could borrow one, and then going maybe a few times hiking, just trying sleeping in a hammock overnight, staying there. And then if I enjoy that, I could order in Germany I could order a 1-person tent, and then when I visit my parents in August, I could actually go and camp in their garden and practice camping again. It's mostly also wearing like quite a heavy backpack that kind of like intimidates me a bit, and how much stuff you have to take with you, so it has to be very lightweight. And sleeping outside in the forest alone as a woman, I definitely felt a bit scared, so I think I have to practice just and doing that with friends who also want to do that. And yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool, and I think now in spring and summertime it's the best time to practice that. So I think for the 12-week year I will probably have a habit of like, yeah, starting maybe just to spend time in nature like 3 times a week, and then we see if we can add up from there. But starting small, that's so important for these mini habits, to kind of like not overwhelm yourself. And I'm pretty sure if there's good weather, I will definitely do more than that. And then there's a goal that is not clear yet if I'm gonna have that, but most likely I will go for 1 week on vacation to Mallorca, and I really would like to learn a bit Spanish again. I think it's just so nice when you can ask for food and ask for the way, and just have like a little bit small talk with people in their mother tongue. And yeah, so I think I will start learning Spanish again. The thing is, I can't say like I have not a specific goal with it. We first have to finalize if we're going on vacation there, and then I think I will start maybe Duolingo again, or actually I don't like Duolingo, Bubble again. I think Bubble I would do, and maybe listen to a podcast. Yeah, I think that's the 3 goals that I will add on in my total, and I think that's totally fine because I'm so going well with the other ones. I just have to cross the finish line with them, and it goes really well. So here are all my goals. After when I created these goals and then I started the 12-week year, I kind of forgot a bit about the yearly goals I had, and I didn't really think that I made so much progress. So when I then checked in and reviewed all my data that I had, I was just, wow, I've made so much progress. I mean, there's several goals that I'm really close to finishing already, or I'm halfway there when there's just 3 months in, and very proud of myself, and also happy to see that this 12-week year works really well. Even though when you're in the midst of it and there's a week where everything goes not like planned, you really want to give up, you see, oh my goodness, you make progress. And I think that's mostly also because of these mini habits. I think they help so much. So happy to have found them. Mini habits really help you to get this feeling of accomplishment because they're so small. They're so easy to do even on days there where you don't feel well. And then it's so much easier to do more on days where you feel well. So yeah, such a fan of mini habits. I really try to convert you all guys to do that as well, I guess. Maybe I do that. This whole goal system, I have to say, also has helped me so far to be more consistent. I remember, I have so many goal setting videos every year and nothing really sits, and I just try something new, and I feel like, oh yeah, now I'm having these goals. I haven't changed, like I have edited some, but like I haven't changed the whole thing. And I can actually review them because I have them on a place where I just can check in between. And so I guess I also see that on YouTube itself that I have a more consistent basis of, like, for example, checking in, doing these 12-week years, seeing more constant progress than I did the previous years. And that's obviously a sign that what I'm doing now works. At least it works for me. So I guess I'll see you again in 3 months when we do a mid-year review and see how quarter 2 went, and how maybe, I'm pretty sure I will have accomplished the reading goal at that point, and maybe also the eating goal.